Hello guys, welcome to another video. Hope you all are having a fantastic day. Today's video is dedicated for those who are in absolute love with FPS games. So, today in this video I am going to show you top 5 multiplayer FPS games for 2GB RAM low-end PC. Some of the above 5 games are free to play. You don't have to pay a single penny to play those games. All the 5 games are highly competitive and requires high skills to be dominant. Which means if you master one of these or more games, you will also improve your aim and game sense. So definitely worth trying these games. Before getting into this video, make sure that you have subscribed to our channel, because I make more of these and even better content for gamers. And most importantly, share this video to your low-spec buddies. Let's get started. At number 5 spot we have America's Army Proving Grounds. America's Army Proving Grounds is a first-person shooter video game. This game brings back many features from previous America's Army games and stresses small unit tactical maneuvers and training to reflect the current-day U.S. Army. As with previous versions, America's Army Proving Grounds was designed with certain principles and ideals in mind, including Army values, the soldier's creed, teamwork, training, and completing the objective. Gameplay scenarios include battle drill exercises and forward line operations. Battle drill exercises is fast-paced and meant for small engagements of 6 versus 6 players. Battle drill exercises maps focus on the basic movements and maneuvers, allowing players to quickly learn how opposing forces play and adjust their strategy for future engagements. Forward line operations are larger 12 versus 12 mission-based exercises, allowing players to use the skills learned in their battle drills to achieve success. In America's Army Proving Grounds, players can use weapons new to the series such as the Remington 870 MCS shotgun and M14 marksman rifle, in addition to weapons like the M9 pistol, M4A1 and the M249 light machine gun, which have been in previous America's Army games. This game has good collection of weapons, and huge influence in American Army. So definitely worth trying if you like military simulation games. At number 4 spot we have Argo. Argo is a hardcore tactical first-person shooter, in which you fight across unrestricted terrain. Argo is set on a fictional island called Malden. Mercenaries are deployed to Malden by 2 rival factions, and have to fight over the remnants of a crashed space station. The game is similar to Arma 3 but is less focused on realism and military simulation. Players can choose from multiple game modes. There is a mode called Combat Patrol, in which players can fulfill procedurally generated tasks scattered across the island. Another mode, Link, is about fighting on a smaller scale, in which both teams have to hack a central computer. Raid is a battle of attackers and defenders. Clash is similar to Link, but fighting takes place on a larger area. Let's move on to number 3 spot. At number 3 spot we have Insurgency. Insurgency is a multiplayer tactical first-person shooter video game developed and published by New World Interactive. It is a standalone sequel to Insurgency: Modern Infantry Combat, a community-made mod for Valve's Source engine. The game received mixed to positive reviews from game critics, who compared it to Counter-Strike: Global Offensive, but was acclaimed by players for its realism, harsh difficulty, mod support, sound design, animations, levels and gameplay, and was equally praised for its optimization. One of Insurgency's defining characteristics is its hardcore gameplay. Unlike other first-person shooters, Insurgency has a very simple HUD, and lacks virtual crosshairs, ammunition and player health counters and minimaps. Also, all guns instantly kill with one shot to the head. This adds a considerable level of difficulty for the player. At the beginning of each game, players are able to choose a class and select a variety of weapons. Players have a certain amount of supply points to spend on purchasing weapons and modifications. So definitely worth trying. At number 2 spot we have Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor's multiplayer is class-based, with 3 classes available: Rifleman, Special Ops, and Sniper. The player earns experience during gameplay to level up and unlock additional weapons and weapon accessories. For example, at the start of the game the sniper class does not have a proper sniper scope available, and the player must reach level 3 to unlock a combat scope. If a player earns a certain number of points before dying, called a score chain, he or she earns a choice of an offensive support action such as a mortar strike or missile attack, or a defensive support action such as intel or ammo. The player is not limited to one support action per life and can earn them continuously. Gameplay features two opposing sides: the Coalition, usually referred by the in-game battle chatter to as Python 1, against the opposing forces. The Coalition troops use American equipment such as the M16A4, M4A1, M21, AT4 and N9 pistol, while the opposing forces represent forces similar to the Taliban and use according equipment such as the AK-47, AK-74U, SVD, RPG-7 and Tarik pistol. Each weapon is designed to have a counterpart on both teams, although that counterpart may or may not have the same stats. Initially, the weapons are team-specific. However, as the player progresses, they will unlock weapons that are available for both sides, as well as unlocking the ability to use enemy weapons. Once reaching level 8 in any one class, the player is considered Tier 1 and assumes a different appearance, and when killed the Tier 1 player's killer receives 5 extra points for killing a Tier 1 player. On November 2nd, 2010, DICE released 2 DLCs for multiplayer, a game type called Hot Zone, which is a King of the Hill style mode, and another game type called Clean Sweep, a last man standing game type. It also has a single player campaign. At number 1 spot we have Battlefield: Bad Company 2. Bad Company 2 is primarily a first-person shooter. It follows other games in the series by allowing the player to control certain vehicles, including ATVs, APCs, tanks, and helicopters. On foot, players are given access to a variety of real-world small arms such as assault rifles and machine guns. Players can also jump, crouch, and sprint. They can carry one primary weapon and a pistol in multiplayer, or 2 primary weapons in single player, as well as grenades and other equipment. Players can fire from the hip, but zooming in and using iron sights, reflex sights, or telescopic sights, depending on the weapon, will provide much better accuracy when shooting. Bad Company 2 heavily emphasizes destructible environments. Large sections of most buildings can be destroyed by explosives, and some walls and fences break down under the barrages of bullets, with the game's physics engine realistically simulating the destruction. The game utilizes a regenerating health system, rather than giving players health points as older games in the Battlefield series have done. To accommodate this in multiplayer, the medic equipment now accelerates health regeneration rather than directly restoring the player's health. If the player is wounded, they must take cover and avoid damage in order to regain health. A heavily wounded player will see dirt and blood around the edges of the screen, as an illustration of injury. There are 4 classes: Assault, Engineer, Medic, and Recon. Each class has a variety of unique weapons and equipment, and serves a specific role in combat. There are also some weapons that can be used by any class, such as pistols and shotguns. Each class gains experience and levels up separately. So, that's all for today. If you are not satisfied with 5 games, I have a playlist of low-end PC games. Don't forget to check it out. So, thanks for watching guys. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon, so you won't miss our future videos, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.